Welcome back to the Chris and Mary Show. We are having a discussion today. Earl and I are here, going to be discussing and talking just about some things that are in the news, that have been in the news recently. And we're just going to sit and talk and share, and hopefully you can comment and join in the conversation as well. So today's topic is what's going on in New Jersey. New Jersey. A young man by the name of Edward Matthews was caught in a racist tyrant.
Yes, he was. He was horrible.
It was on video, correct? So we
Yes.
saw.
I watched it.
And we heard.
Yes.
And we can clearly say that it was a tyrant that was racist in nature.
Yes.
And some things transpired that I'm sure he did not expect to transpire.
He wasn't expecting that, but he asked for it because he gave his address out, and you want to come over here, So a lot of people took him up on that.
He told them to pull up.
Yes, he did.
And it seems like most of New Jersey
pulled up.
The black and brown community.
They showed up, and as they say in church, showed out.
The black and brown community showed up and showed out.
Yes, sir.
Now, we know that there has been a lot of the race issues in America is something that has it's just part of our country's fabric.
Yes. Way from the beginning.
As hard as that might be to say, it is the truth. And here lately in the last few years, racial tensions and racial issues have been highlighted more than ever in my lifetime, I can say.
Well, in my lifetime too, because this social media has been a blessing in disguise because things that were once overlooked, now they're not overlooked because they're right in your face.
They're not overlooked at all. And we know the issues of the civil rights movement and the issues that have always been a part of our country. But growing up in San Diego, California, as a young child, we didn't really experience outright racist issues.
No.
In California, being in California and just in the time that we lived in.
Right.
And so that's why I say more than ever before, racial tensions and things are higher than they have ever been in my lifetime. We know that there's always been an issue. And I think a lot of things are regional as well.
Yes.
Because on the West Coast, things are a lot more laid back and the racial issues are maybe a little bit more underlying than overt. But you have other areas of the country.
Like it is in the South.
Exactly.
Because you and I both went to college in the South, and it's more prevalent there, and it's more in your face there. We're from California, but a lot of this is coming to surface as well.
Even here, exactly.
Even in San Diego. Because we know certain parts that we really shouldn't.
We just had a local issue in San Diego not too long ago over in Coronado.
Oh,
the Coronado issue.
Yes, with the basketball team throwing the tortilla shells at a predominantly Hispanic team from Orange Glen High School.
Exactly.
And then Lincoln and Cathedral.
Lincoln High School and Cathedral as well.
Yes.
So even in Southern California, in 2021, we are still seeing and experiencing racial tensions, racial issues, things that we just didn't really experience or see so much as we were growing up.
No, we didn't.
So the climate definitely is one, that where people feel like they can express their racial opinions.
Well, I think the people started getting a little bolder when we had that guy who was in office, and he was inciting things by the things he said. He was so mean verbally to different races and to females and to minorities, until those people that were watching and that were influenced by him felt that, it's okay to say. But this younger generation ain't no Martin Luther King where you turn the other cheek.
No.
They're fighting back.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. They are definitely focused.
Yes.
And aware.
Yes, they are.
And are vocal, very vocal. I think it's also important, that we understand that there are definitely allies, and there are definitely non-black people who are allies and who are definitely have always been in the struggle and always in the fight as well.
Yes.
And I think it's interesting to see that there are a lot of young people that are not black or brown that are just as upset about a lot of the racial tensions as well.
I think that comes from a
Right.
lot of the non-black or brown people loving our culture and embracing our culture, that they feel a certain connect.
I agree. Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and people can say what they want to say. People don't want to give us credit, but they want to be like us.
Absolutely. What would it be like if black people's music, black people's fashion, black
Sports.
people's sports, black
Yes.
people's art, or black and brown or
Yeah.
non-white ethnicities had never contributed anything to culture? It would be nothing.
It would be nothing. It would be dead.
It would be dead.
Dead.
And like you said, they appreciate our culture, they appreciate our music, especially this younger generation. And I think that they are taking, a lot of them are taking a stand as well for
What
black
their
and brown.
and for what their forefathers did
Yes.
wrong,
Yes.
they're trying to right them.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate them.
We do
because
appreciate
every there's bad actors in everything. There's bad actors in the black community. There's bad
Right.
actors in the brown community.
Right.
We're not saying that all
Right.
white people or others are bad, but there are a lot of them that are.
Right. Absolutely. And I think as important as we move forward, we have to definitely do what we can to keep people aware
Yes.
of the
gotta address
issues
it. You
and
gotta
the
address it.
situation. We have to address it and talk about it.
It's uncomfortable, but we must, because if you don't talk about it, then you act like it's not there, and it's going to come to the
It'll
surface
keep happening.
some kind of way. And this COVID really did it because people weren't working.
Exposed everything.
People weren't working, so you were able to protest in the magnitude that was exhibited. You had
Absolutely.
people in other countries by the thousands
all over the world.
marching all over the world.
All over the world.
At one time.
For injustice.
Yeah,
For
George
injustices.
Floyd's life, God allowed it to mean something in
Absolutely.
the end. Really did.
I agree. It did. It brought a lot of attention to the racial issues.
Yes.
Not just in America.
No.
But all over the world.
Yes.
And it's something that's very important because the bottom line is equality for all.
And that's
for
what it
everybody.
should be. That's what it should be. Who are we to judge? Who are we to think that we're better than somebody else? God made us. You're not the person who made us, so you can't put a limitation or hold anybody in bondage or hostage.
You can't. And I think that the times that we're in, people are understanding and realizing that. And I think that just even as bad as things may seem and as bad as things are, they're definitely will get better when it comes to race relations because we are faced with it. It's in our face.
We're dealing with it. We're dealing with it more now in the media.
Yeah.
You have so many African Americans and Browns
Yes.
that are on TV as commentators
Yes.
and anchor women and men.
Yes.
I think it's phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So you're getting a chance to get another side of the story reported
Yes.
a certain kind of way.
Absolutely. And I also think it's important that we teach the entire truth. There are so many people that are against
Yes.
the entire truth.
Right.
The
They just
whole
want it to be
truth.
their truth.
They want to be their truth. And I think it's important, even in schools,
Yes.
that the entire truth is told.
And you cannot dismiss the contributions of African Americans.
can't.
There's no way. The handwriting's on the
impossible.
wall, and if you go back and study, it's there. You just can't get over it. I mean, I know they tried to hide it and then tried to dismiss it. You cannot. We African Americans are here to stay, and we are God's people. And I'm not saying the other ones are not, but I'm talking about me and my people because that's what I am. I'm African American, full blood African American.
Absolutely. So this issue in New Jersey is just another issue that continues to put race in our face and continues to show how important it is that we continue to confront and talk about these issues.
We have to.
I'm sure that Mr. Edward Matthews was not expecting the turnout at his house.
At his house.
It was his invitation.
It was. Jesus, why did he do that?
It was definitely his invitation.
This man will have guests probably for the rest of his life. And they're invited.
They're invited. When you tell somebody to pull up and they pull up,
And he
you
told
can't
them.
fault them, right?
He said it on social media because somebody was taping it.
Absolutely. My hope is that this is a learning situation for him and for everyone involved.
Yes.
I'm glad that the people that assembled peaceably, and that there were not any major
no majors. Besides a few little
no
bottles
major
thrown,
outbreaks.
Right.
There were a few
Right.
little things that happened, but
Could have been worse.
yes, it could have been much, much worse. And as a country, we do have to understand that we do have the right to protest.
Yes.
As long as it's peaceful.
As long as it's peaceful.
And that
We have a voice, and you have a right to, in America,
Absolutely.
to speak your mind. Everybody else does.
everybody does. So why not you?
Amen.
Thanks again for joining us for this session of the Chris and Mary Show with Robert Earl Dean. And we are so glad that you are here with us. Share your comments, like and share the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, like our Facebook page, like our Instagram page, and then we are also being cast on Podbean, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and Google. So please join the conversation, and we'll see you next time.